Ladies and gentlemen, the power of high standards is the key to unlocking your potential, your success, and your legacy. Most people in life live beneath their capabilities because they fail to set and enforce the standards that drive excellence. It is not the most talented or gifted individuals who rise to the top. It is those who demand more from themselves, who refuse to accept mediocrity, and who set standards so high that they are forced to grow beyond their limitations. In this room today, we have the opportunity to explore what it truly means to live by high standards and how those standards can transform not only our individual lives, but also the companies, organizations, and cultures we belong to. High standards are not for the faint-hearted. They are for the courageous, the relentless, and the determined. Today, I am going to show you why and how you must adopt high standards in every area of your life. High standards are non-negotiable. When you set high standards, they are not optional. They are non-negotiable. Most people at some point allow excuses to take the place of hard work, excellence, and precision. But if you want to achieve anything worth having, you cannot afford to compromise. The moment you allow a single exception, you open the door for mediocrity to take root. Imagine if the greatest minds, the highest achievers, or the most successful companies allowed themselves to deviate even slightly from their high standards. Would they have accomplished what they did? Absolutely not. The real power of high standards lies in the absolute refusal to accept anything less than your very best. When your standards are non-negotiable, you push yourself to perform at the highest level every day, no matter the circumstances. The idea of setting a standard and sticking to it is daunting to most. People like to think of themselves as flexible, adaptable, and able to adjust their goals as needed. However, high standards require discipline, commitment, and consistency. They demand that you hold yourself to a standard higher than most people would expect from you. When you live your life with this unyielding approach, you begin to operate at a different level altogether. The results will not only reflect this, but will create a ripple effect that elevates everything you do. A non-negotiable standard means that you have no room for excuses or distractions. It doesn't matter if you are tired, if things are tough, or if others are doing less. Your commitment to excellence must always outweigh any temptation to do the bare minimum. This single-minded approach will separate you from the rest of the crowd. You cannot afford to slack off or lower your expectations. High achievers don't falter in the face of challenges. They become more resolute, more focused, and more determined. You must understand this. If you set the bar low, you will inevitably achieve less than you are capable of. But if you set the bar high, you will have to stretch to meet it, and in the process, you will realize your true potential. The struggle to meet your own high standards will shape you into a person capable of extraordinary feats. High standards will force you to evolve, push past your limits, and operate in ways that others would consider impossible. To achieve greatness, you must refuse to accept anything less than excellence. And you must enforce this standard in every aspect of your life. Your habits, your mindset, and your work ethic must reflect this unwavering commitment. When you make high standards a non-negotiable part of your identity, you will never settle for less than your very best. High standards demand discipline and sacrifice. High standards are not easy. They require more than just a passing interest in success. They demand discipline and sacrifice. Most people want the rewards of success without the discipline required to achieve it. They want the lifestyle, the wealth, the accolades, but they don't want to do the hard work that it takes to get there. High standards are not a luxury reserved for the privileged few. They are a relentless pursuit of excellence that will cost you more than just time and energy. When you commit to living with high standards, you are committing to a life of sacrifice. You will have to give up certain comforts, pleasures, and distractions. You will have to prioritize your goals above all else. Whether it's skipping social events to focus on your work, sacrificing your free time to learn new skills, or pushing yourself beyond exhaustion, the path to greatness is paved with sacrifices. And here's the truth, you will be tested at every turn. Your commitment to discipline will be challenged daily. The sacrifices you make today will pay off in the future, but only if you are consistent in your efforts. Discipline is the muscle that allows you to maintain your high standards when everything around you is trying to pull you off course. The temptation to slack off will always be there, but it is your ability to maintain discipline that keeps you on track. Discipline isn't about doing what's easy, it's about doing what's necessary to achieve the results you want. Your standards should be so high that you're constantly stretching yourself. Every day you should be asking yourself, how can I do better? How can I push myself further? The moment you stop asking these questions, you've stopped growing and your standards begin to slip. Sacrifice becomes easier when you understand that it's not about giving up something, it's about investing in something greater. When you commit to high standards, you are no longer just working for today's results. You're building a future that will outlast you. The sacrifices and discipline you show now will lay the foundation for a legacy that others will aspire to. This is how greatness is forged, not in comfort, but in the daily grind, the ongoing discipline, and the sacrifices that most people are too unwilling to make. And the sacrifices that most people are too unwilling to make. High standards separate winners from losers. High standards are the great differentiator between winners and losers. When you set your standards high, you begin to filter out mediocrity, excuses, and complacency. Winners are those who live by a code that is unrelenting, who push themselves to excel every single day, who refuse to accept failure as an option. Losers, on the other hand, are the ones who are constantly looking for shortcuts, who take the easy path, who justify their lack of effort with excuses. You cannot achieve greatness if you're content with just good enough. The moment you raise your standards, you make a conscious decision to be exceptional. You stop comparing yourself to the average person and start measuring yourself against the highest possible bar. Winners are those who operate with an unshakable belief in their ability to exceed expectations, who push boundaries, and who perform at levels others cannot fathom. When you raise your standards, you stop waiting for permission, you stop procrastinating, and you start making decisions that will elevate your life. It's easy to blame circumstances, other people, or luck when things don't go the way you want, but winners don't blame, they act. They take responsibility for their own success and failure. When you set high standards, you are taking full ownership of your journey, and you understand that no one is coming to save you. The excuses that losers make are the very things that winners use to fuel their fire. Winners thrive on adversity, while losers use it as an excuse to quit. The difference between winners and losers isn't talent, luck, or opportunity. It's the standards they live by. High standards force you to confront your weaknesses, sharpen your skills, and eliminate any habits or behaviors that prevent you from achieving greatness. If you want to become a winner, you must surround yourself with high standards, and you must demand more from yourself than anyone else would ever expect from you. If you truly want to be successful, you must embrace the discomfort that comes with high standards. There will be times when you will feel exhausted, overwhelmed, and ready to give up, but winners don't quit. They push through those moments, knowing that the price they pay now will be paid back in spades in the future. Winners understand that the road to success is not easy, but it is worth every single step. When you adopt high standards, you become part of a small, elite group of people who refuse to settle for less. High standards create a legacy. A person's legacy is built over years of consistent effort, and high standards are the foundation of that effort. What you achieve today will not be remembered tomorrow if it was done without discipline, focus, and excellence. A legacy is not about the things you accumulate, the accolades you receive, or the temporary successes you experience. A true legacy is about the impact you leave, the lives you change, and the standards you set for those who follow in your footsteps. When you live by high standards, you create a blueprint for others to follow. You don't just inspire people with your success, you show them the path that they can take to reach the same heights. People don't remember you because of your temporary triumphs. They remember you because of the quality of your work, your discipline, and your unwavering commitment to excellence. High standards ensure that your legacy will be one of true value. If you want to leave a legacy, you must be willing to make the sacrifices today that others are not willing to make. Your standards must be so high that they set the bar for future generations. This is not about personal gain. It's about contributing something lasting to the world, something that will endure long after you are gone. Your legacy will be defined by how well you lived up to your own standards and how those standards influence the people around you. High standards are the key to creating a legacy that stands the test of time. They compel you to do your best work, to constantly raise the bar, and to never settle for anything less than excellence. This kind of commitment will leave a mark on the world that will inspire generations to come. Your legacy will not be about what you have, but about who you were and the standard of excellence you set. To leave a meaningful legacy, you must live in such a way that your standards inspire others to elevate their own. This is the true power of high standards. They don't just create success for you, they create a ripple effect that influences the lives of others in profound ways. The higher you raise your standards, the greater the impact you will have on the world around you. High standards demand continuous growth. High standards don't just lead to achievement, they require continuous growth. You cannot stay stagnant or complacent if you are committed to excellence. The very nature of high standards is that they constantly push you to evolve, to adapt, and to innovate. The moment you believe you have reached the pinnacle of your potential is the moment you begin to fall behind. Growth is not optional when you live by high standards, it is a necessity. Every day, you should be asking yourself, how can I improve? If you're not growing, you're stagnating. The path to greatness is never complete. There is always more to learn, more to do, and more to give. High standards demand that you continually assess your weaknesses and work relentlessly to turn them into strengths. Whether it's acquiring new knowledge, mastering new skills, or expanding your network, growth is the foundation of long-term success. A commitment to continuous growth means that you are never satisfied with good enough. You constantly raise the bar, always striving for greater achievements and higher levels of performance. This relentless pursuit of improvement is what separates high achievers from those who never quite reach their full potential. Growth becomes a mindset, a way of life, and it is what propels you forward even when obstacles appear insurmountable. With each new challenge you face, you are given an opportunity to grow. The higher your standards, the more opportunities for growth you will encounter. This is why many people with high standards tend to be lifelong learners. They are not content with past success. They are constantly looking for ways to sharpen their skills and stay ahead of the curve. Growth is not a destination, It is an ongoing process. If you want to maintain high standards, you must be willing to grow and evolve. This requires humility, resilience, and a relentless commitment to self-improvement. Continuous growth ensures that you are always operating at the highest level and that you are always ready for the next challenge that comes your way. High standards build unstoppable confidence. Confidence is born out of results, and the results you achieve are directly tied to the standards you set for yourself. High standards will force you to show up at your best, day after day, and the confidence that comes from knowing you are doing everything to the highest possible level is immeasurable. This confidence becomes your greatest asset in both your personal and professional life. When you operate at the highest level, you begin to trust your abilities. This trust comes not from arrogance, but from a deep understanding of the work, the effort, and the discipline that you have invested in your own growth. When you know that you have put in the work and met the highest standards, you cannot help but walk with a sense of pride and confidence in everything you do. High standards build confidence because they eliminate the possibility of doubt. When you demand the best from yourself and consistently meet those demands, your belief in your abilities becomes unshakable. You no longer second guess yourself because you know that you have done everything possible to prepare, to perform, and to deliver at the highest level. This confidence becomes infectious, influencing everyone you come into contact with, from colleagues to clients to loved ones. High standards make you bold. You stop waiting for permission, stop hesitating, and stop fearing rejection. Instead, you take massive action because you know that your efforts are grounded in excellence. Confidence derived from high standards gives you the courage to tackle challenges head on, knowing that you are prepared and capable of overcoming whatever obstacles lie ahead. The more you achieve by holding yourself to high standards, the stronger your confidence grows. This unstoppable confidence becomes a powerful driver in all areas of your life, propelling you to new heights of success and achievement. It will give you the belief necessary to push past limits, conquer fears, and accomplish what others may think is impossible. High standards don't just give you better results. They give you the confidence to take on any challenge, knowing that you are more than capable of handling whatever comes your way. High standards demand accountability and responsibility. Living by high standards requires accountability. You cannot set a high standard and then fail to hold yourself accountable for meeting it. Accountability is the cornerstone of success. It forces you to face the truth about your efforts and results, and it keeps you on track when the temptation to slack off arises. If you want to achieve greatness, you need to take full responsibility for your actions, both good and bad. High standards create an environment where accountability becomes a natural part of your daily life. You cannot hide from your shortcomings or pretend that you are doing enough. When you hold yourself to the highest possible standards, you must also hold yourself accountable for everything you do. If you fall short, it's not someone else's fault, it's your responsibility. This mindset of accountability is what separates the highest achievers from those who fail to reach their potential. Holding yourself accountable for your actions and results forces you to be honest with yourself. It forces you to confront the areas where you need to improve and take the necessary steps to do so. Accountability ensures that you do not settle for mediocrity, and it encourages you to take ownership of your success. When your standards are high, you become your own toughest critic. You hold yourself accountable in ways that others simply cannot. It's easy to blame external factors when things don't go your way. But when you live by high standards, you don't have that luxury. You take responsibility for your results, and you work relentlessly to improve. Accountability isn't just about pointing out mistakes. It's about actively correcting them and pushing yourself to perform better. When you are accountable to yourself, you become more focused, more driven, and more committed to reaching the highest possible levels of success. This sense of accountability goes beyond just your own personal efforts. It extends to every aspect of your life. You become responsible not only for your work, but for your relationships, your health, and your overall well-being. High standards demand that you take responsibility for every part of your life. It's this responsibility that keeps you on course, ensures that you never lose sight of your goals, and pushes you to maintain the level of excellence you've committed to. When you set high standards, you have no choice but to be accountable. There's nowhere to hide and no one else to blame. You own your success and your failures, and this accountability will propel you to take the necessary actions to achieve greatness. High standards inspire excellence in others. Finally, high standards don't just affect you, they affect everyone around you. When you set high standards for yourself, you naturally begin to inspire those around you to do the same. High standards are contagious. When people see you working relentlessly, pushing yourself beyond your limits, and achieving extraordinary results, they will be compelled to rise to the occasion as well. Leadership isn't just about setting goals and expectations for others, it's about setting the example. When you live with high standards, you become a role model for excellence. Your actions speak louder than words, and people will take notice of the quality of your work, your discipline, and your relentless pursuit of success. Your high standards will inspire others to follow suit, creating an environment where everyone is motivated to perform at their best. This is one of the greatest benefits of living by high standards. Not only do you elevate yourself, but you also elevate those around you. You create a culture of excellence where people push each other to achieve more, do better, and strive for greatness. When you demand the best from yourself, you set the bar for others to follow. Your high standards encourage them to step up and deliver results that exceed even their own expectations. High standards breed high performance. When you surround yourself with people who are equally committed to excellence, you create a powerful team dynamic. Each person holds themselves accountable for meeting their own high standards, and together you achieve results that are far beyond what you could accomplish alone. High standards don't just make you better, they make everyone better. As a leader, your high standards will raise the level of performance of everyone around you. You inspire others to reach their full potential, to operate with integrity, and to refuse to accept anything less than their best. The ripple effect of your high standards will continue to inspire and elevate others for years to come, creating a lasting legacy of excellence. When you set high standards for yourself, you not only transform your own life, but you also inspire others to do the same. High standards are the key to unlocking the full potential of yourself and everyone around you.